Up next for the Bees, we've got Gus Bilirakis, a representative of Florida's 12th District, Republican, if I didn't say it already. He's been there since 2007, so he was actually there during Bush, and then he was there the entire time for Obama, through Trump's presidency, and through Biden's presidency. So he's been there for four presidencies in some form or fashion. He is currently I would say, a fence rider. And he's very smart at what he's doing. He's trying to get people within his district to come around to the idea of Elon Musk and Doge, because this gentleman is actually a member of the Doge caucus. And so he held a town meeting or whatever, and he wanted to field people's concerns about Doge. And he said, and I quote, where did it go? These are his words. I want to make sure that we review the programs thoroughly and make the right decisions, okay? Because there are a lot of good programs out there, all right? But there are a lot of redundant programs as well. It's absolutely necessary that we make the cuts, but I want to make sure that they are educated decisions. That right there is a fence writing statement. He said ultimately that Congress is the one that makes the decisions on what to cut. He just commends Elon for being able to find anything that would be considered waste. That right there is textbook fence writing. I don't know how much I respect that. I think this is a PR stunt, because you can't allow something like this to happen and then go and backtrack and say, oh, but Congress is going to, eventually step in. Because as it stands right now, he is one of the ones who hasn't stepped in, and he's actively involved in Doge. He has a net worth of approximately 400,000. That's all I could find of him, which is weird since he's been in office since 2007. I find that really, really odd and suspicious. He's this year alone championed and sponsored a couple of bills. I have four of them, two that I think are really good, and then two that are like, yeah, this is what he's really about. So, HR 1283, that would ban child porn produced by AI. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say child porn. He also introduced House Resolution HR 1402, which is pretty much going after ticket sellers for events like Ticketmaster and things like that for overcharging and things like that. So those are ones that I think a lot of constituents and people in the public care about. But then he's also introducing things like HR 1282, which prohibits federal funding for higher education that carry out their DEI initiatives. I already have a video about what DEI is and when it started. If you think that DEI is affirmative action and that's all it is, you're wrong. So go ahead and check out what DEI stands for, how long it's actually been in play, which is since the 40s, and then come back and talk to me. He also wanted to do HR 414, which on the surface may seem harmless because it requires better background checks for students entering from other countries, foreign exchange students at higher education, um, colleges, and things like that. It requires better background checks for them and stricter monitoring. Why this is controversial, in my opinion, is because a lot of the individuals coming here from other countries, they are very much against Trump. There was actually one student who had her visa revoked. A group of them did, because they were demonstrating peacefully. They did everything they could the right way, and it was the right way to peacefully protest and demonstrate the injustices done by, in their eyes, the Trump administration. And when I say their eyes, I have to speak from a non-biased point of view. If I'm being honest, I agree with their non-violent protest and organization. However, Trump revoked their visas, and this guy introduced a bill to make sure that the people that are coming in, these quote unquote background checks, they are either neutral Trump or pro Trump. He doesn't want any anti Trump people coming in um, to learn here in the United States. So finding all of this stuff out, at first I was going to give him a decent grade. But I think this individual, he's smart. He knows what he's doing. He's saying what he thinks we want to hear, while also at the same time pointing the finger at other people. So he says that, oh, Doge is fine, they're doing what needs to be done, but Congress is really in charge, yet he has done nothing. I don't really care for people like this. He's been in politics long enough. Let's go ahead and vote this guy out. I'm gonna give him, even though he has not proven to be outwardly, as far as the media goes, super far right. He's more center George Bush era right. I'm still going to give him a D plus because I don't think that he's a genuine person. A lot of the things that he's done is very calculated.